Hello, my name is Jim DeMeo and this is A Course in Miracles. Today's lesson 182 is I will be still an instant and go home. Before I begin, I would just like to point out that to the ego, going home is the answer. However, for the ego, home is death. That's why we have such a strong death wish in each and every one of us. It is the ego's wish to bring us home. What do you suppose the Course in Miracles means by home? I assure you it's not death. This world you seem to live in is not home to you. And somewhere in your mind you know that this is true. A memory of home keeps haunting you, as if there were a place that called you to return, although you do not recognize the voice. Know what it is the voice reminds you of. Yet still, you feel an alien here. You feel like an alien here. From somewhere, all unknown. Nothing so definite that you could say with certainty that you're in exile here. Just a persistent feeling. Sometimes not more than a tiny throb. At times hardly remembered. Actively dismissed. But surely to return to mind again. No one but knows whereof we speak. Yet some try to put by their suffering in games they play, to occupy their time, keep their sadness from them. Others will deny that they are sad and do not recognize their tears at all. Still others will maintain that what we speak of is illusion, not to be considered more than but a dream. Yet who, in simple honesty, without defensiveness and self-deception, would deny he understands the words we speak? So it's easy for the ego to say that this course makes no sense and it's worthless. But if we simply remain a little open, the meaning begins to become quite clear to us. We speak today for everyone who walks this world, for he is not at home. He goes certainly about in endless search, seeking in darkness what he cannot find, not recognizing what it is he seeks. 1,000 homes he makes, yet none contents his restless mind. He does not understand, he builds in vain. The home he seeks cannot be made by him. There's no substitute for heaven. All he ever made was hell. Perhaps you think it is your childhood home that you would find again. The childhood of your body and its place of shelter are a memory now so distorted that you merely hold a picture of a past that never actually happened. Yet there is a child in you, capital C, who, capital W, seeks his father's house and knows that he is alien here, but not at his father's house. That's where the home is. This childhood is eternal, with an innocence that will endure forever and also is unchangeable. Where this child shall go is holy ground. It is his wholeness that lights up heaven, that brings to earth the pure reflection of the light above. Herein are earth and heaven joined as one. Catching on? Read more. It is this, capital C, child in you. Your Father knows, as all capitals, his own Son. It is this child who knows his Father. He desires to go home so deeply, so unceasingly, his voice cries unto you to let him rest a while. He does not ask for more than just a few instants of respite, just an interval in which he can return to breathe again the holy air that fills his Father's house. It's the air you can breathe when you let go of your tension, when you are released from any sense of guilt, when you're ready for all your mistakes to be corrected. That air. But give him just a little time to be himself, within the peace that is his home, resting in silence and in peace and love. This child, capital C, needs your protection. It's not so much that he can be destroyed or changed, it's that we no longer pay attention. The protection that we would give it is to continue to hold it within mind. He is so little that he seems so easily shut out. His tiny voice so readily obscured. His call for help almost unheard, amid the grating sounds and harsh and rasping noises of the world. Yet, does he know that you still abides his sure protection? You will fail him not. He will go home, and you along with him. This child is your defenselessness, or your innocence, your strength. He trusts in you. He came because he knew you would not fail. He whispers of his home unceasingly to you, for he would bring you back with him, that he himself might stay, and not return again where he does not belong, and where he lives an outcast in a world of alien thoughts. His patience has no limits. He will wait until you hear his gentle voice within you, calling you to let him go in peace along with you, to where he is, at home with you and him. When you are still an instant, when the world recedes from you, when valueless ideas cease to have value in your restless mind, then will you hear his voice. So poignantly he calls to you that you will not resist him longer. In that instant, he will take you to his home. You will stay with him in perfect stillness, silent and at peace, beyond all words, untouched by fear and doubt, sublimely certain that you are at home. Rest with him frequently today, for he was willing to become a little child that you might learn of him, how strong he is, he who comes without defenses, offering only love's message to those he thinks he is their enemy. He holds the might of heaven in his hand and calls them friend and gives his strength to them, that they may see he would be friend to them. He asks that they protect him, for his home is far away, and he will not return to it alone. Christ is reborn as but a little child each time a wanderer would leave his home, for he must learn that what he would protect is but this child, who comes defenseless, and who is protected by defenselessness, knowing in your mind that you are innocent, knowing that your mistakes can simply be corrected. Go home with him from time to time today. You are as much an alien here as he. Take time today to lay aside your shield, which profits nothing, and lay down the spear and sword you raised against the enemy without existence. Christ has called you friend and brother. He has even come to ask your help in letting him go home today, completed and completely. He has come, as does a little child who must beseech his father for protection and for love. He rules the universe, and yet he asks unceasingly that you return with him. Take illusions as your gods no more. You have not lost your innocence. It is for this you learn. This is your heart's desire. This is the voice you hear, and this the call which cannot be denied. The Holy Christ remains with you. His home is yours. Today he gives you his defenselessness, and you accept it in exchange for all the toys of battle you have made. And now the way is open, and the journey has an end in sight at last. Be still an instant and go home with him, and be at peace a while. I join you in the moments that we take today to simply accept we're at home, we're not thinking is right.